today is the new moon workshop. You're here, thank you. It's a bit of a role reversal really, isn't it? Like I'm taking register, Sonia. So today, new moon workshop. New moon is in a Gemini. And I don't know if the rest of you have noticed it today, but today feels a little bit different energetically. Well, it should do, that's for sure. So new moons are generally a really good time to kind of sow the seeds of where you want things to go, little ideas that you want to plan and start to think about. Whereas with full moon energy, it's real like hard hit and go get and take action now. New moon energy is about taking action, but in sort of smaller, more delicate steps. So it's literally like planting your seeds. So it's putting a few things in motion to start really creating movement towards the full moon when your plans can really formulate. Hi Roz. Oh, hi Mills, lush to see your face. I mean, to be fair, this lighting does it some good, so it don't look too bad, but in real life it's a bit haggard actually. So yeah, with the new moon, it is a really great time to start formulating some ideas of where you're taking your future and things, but it's also particularly good time to release energy, release emotions, do what we call shadow work, which is where we kind of go a little bit introverted and kind of think, right, actually what doesn't serve me anymore, I'm getting rid of it. So that will be kind of more of the focus of today's sort of ritual activities that we're going to do. But first of all, I'm going to tell you a lot about the energy that is going on at the moment, because we are in the thick of some crazy astrological juju up there, okay? So Gemini is an air sign. Now, if you're in Gloucester, and most of you are, we've had some air outside today. We have had some heckin' great big winds, haven't we? So it's just, I mean, nothing happens by coincidence. It was meant to be this way. But that wind, if you've been out in it at any point, as much as it may have felt like it was knocking you for six, you've probably felt almost quite invigorated by it as well. It's actually quite exciting and a little bit, you know, in our garden it was. I don't know how it was in everybody else's, but it was like a tornado out in our garden today. So let me know, give me some comments guys. How have you found today's energy? Have you noticed any difference with it? This heightened energy of any sort of big moon phase, so new and full moon, tends to be really, really significant the day before, the day of, and the day after. So any of these 3 days, so on day 2 now, are a really great time to harness that energy. So in the sign of Gemini, like I said, it's an air sign, so it can feel very restless and very energetic. But actually it's quite buzzy energy. So if you've been feeling a bit stagnant the last 2 weeks, if things have felt a little bit humdrum, I've spoke to so many people the last couple of days that have said that the last week or two they felt really lost in their own head. Hopefully today's energy is going to kind of bring that in and wash it through for you. So how are you all feeling today? Just drop a comment below and just let me know what you've been experiencing energy wise. And yeah, I felt really physical. Exactly, Ross. Like, it's that sort of a little bit electrical energy, it almost feels like. So just remember that at this time as well, when all this energy is buzzing around, it's a really great time to put it to good use. So if there's a cupboard, yeah, seemingly you've actually feeling really good today. Exactly. It's kind of a little bit more of an upbeat energy today. If there's a cupboard that needs clearing, start shifting that. If there's a part of your house that think, oh, that needs sorting. Yeah, see, so many of you are saying you felt really quite a lot more invigorated today than probably what you have done recently. And God, it's a breath of fresh air in some respects, isn't it? So it's a good sort of get stuff done vibe. So clearing out all of the shizzle and making way for that full moon energy in 2 weeks' time to come in and really kick us up the bum, as it always does. So Gemini is also, I've got the Gemini card out, communication is key with Gemini. So get talking, be more open and honest. And remember that your words are spells, that's why we call it spelling. Whatever you say, we create. You know, your energy you know, I could talk about energy all day long. What you put out comes back. It's literally, the law of attraction is just so blinking obvious, and it is so true. One of my friends in this group will know what I'm talking about. I said the other day that I'd started this free workshop online, which was a 3-day wealth activation thing. Anyway, we had a refund for a concert we were meant to be going to. My friend accidentally transferred all of the money for everybody's refund to me. As much as I needed to give some of it back, I mean, it was funny that I put out that intention and something came to me literally within a couple of hours. It was crazy. Now, that's just a small thing that, you know, is relative to the law of attraction. However, I was literally thinking about something else earlier, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that's going to come and I can sort that out. Within a couple of hours, this thing arrived through the door, and I was under the impression it would be next week. And, you know, sometimes just putting those little thoughts out there is enough to make the universe start ticking those boxes and thinking, right, I'm going to give it you, I'm going to give it you. Okay, so be really aware of your thoughts, your actions, the words that you're saying to make these things happen, okay? So apart from Gemini being all about communication as well, it's also quite auspicious for love and all of that sort of energy. So I'm going to read you a little bit from the Moonology book a minute. So new moon in Gemini. Time to tell someone how you feel. So if you've got some desirable crushes out there that you need to tell them, don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone's flirting with you, and read more books. Is this a time for you to be learning? Is this a time for you to be educating yourself? More than likely. And with the new moon, a new start is coming. So some really like blinking great energy going on at the moment. Now, apart from that, sorry guys, you might be here a bit longer than normal today before we get to the other bits. We've got a hell of a bunch of planets in retrograde right now. Now, most people will have heard of Mercury in retrograde and everybody thinks, it's chaotic, which it can be. Hi Lynn, nice to see you, darling. How are you feeling today, Lynn? Have you felt a different sort of energy today compared to how it has been? I'm not sure if you just heard what I said about the energy side of things, but a lot of people are feeling a bit better today in some respects. So we've got a lot of planets in retrograde. First one I'm going to talk about is Jupiter. Now, in astrological terms, Jupiter is the natural ruler of our 9th and 12th houses. Now, houses are something I could probably do like a whole year's worth of workshop on. Houses are different areas of our personalities within our star sign and the days we were born, relating to what planets were where at what time, in a gist, basically. So the 9th and 12th houses are all about our spirituality, our intuition, our connection to the divine spirit. Hi, lovely. Hi, Amanda. And it's all associated, those houses are all associated with matters of spirituality. So Jupiter is the sort of guru and the teacher as a planet of its energy, in that energy, and it's all about expanding our consciousness. So with this breath of fresh air coming in, we've also got this sort of heightening of our crown and third eye chakras currently at the moment as well. So you may be feeling, or you will be feeling, a little bit more connected to spirit, a little bit more in tune with your intuition. You might think something and then it happens. You might think, yes, you feel good today, that's great, Lynn. You might think, oh, okay, I haven't spoken to that person for ages, then they text you, you know, that sort of thing, that sort of foresight. So Jupiter is kind of coming in with this great sort of opening, expanding your consciousness vibe, okay? So watch out, because you're suddenly going to get your head in the clouds and you're going to be up here in weirdo witchy land with me. So come join me, guys. So with that, it's also a really good time to be doing meditation, working with spirit, and anything that involves flexing your intuition muscle, basically, and opening your third eye. So dream work is really quite top of that agenda. So you may notice over the next few days that your dreams might be very vivid, they may be very active, they may seem a little bit whack, they might seem a little bit deep as well. So take notice of what your dreams are showing over these next few days as well, because Jupiter's going to really bring in some sort of foresight and boost that intuition. So there may well be a message there for you too. So aside from Jupiter being in retrograde, we've also got Venus at the moment, and Venus is obviously the house of love. So right now there may be a few little challenges around relationships, love, anything related to the heart, okay? So like I've just said, the new moon in Gemini does tell you to speak openly. It's all about communication, and maybe there might be a bit of a lover situation. It's also a very key time when old lovers may surface and your old emotions may surface, where you want healing and closure to past relationships, issues around you at the moment. You may find that it's a time to get closure, get shit off your chest, start talking, any niggling issues with your current, beau or previous ones. It's a good opportunity right now to let those words flow easily, because the Gemini energy is all about communication. So Venus comes in, opens up your heart chakra. Gemini opens up your mouth, basically. So be warned, say some things a bit more mindfully, but it will clear the air, okay? And then finally, you've got Saturn in retrograde at the moment. It's all about bringing in reality checks and calling us out on our shit, so to speak. So coming off the back of Venus maybe making you open up and tell people how you feel and things are annoying you, they might come back at you and say, well, actually, you do this to annoy me. Or somebody's going to say, well, actually, when you did that, it wasn't right. So be prepared that some of this stuff might come up, but there are lessons to be learned in all of it. And there is some self-limiting beliefs as well at this time that may break away. You may be forced to witness certain things, experience different truths that you've been hiding from, which isn't, it might all sound quite negative, but it really, really isn't. It's a case of actually giving you a fresh perspective on things and making way for the new things to come. So there's some hella good, crazy action going on. So from the last week or so, because I think a couple of these planets went retrograde maybe last week, if you felt real out of whack in the last sort of 7 days, and then today might feel slightly different. For the majority of you, you've said that your energy's feeling a bit better. That's great. Just be aware these planets are in retrograde for a little while, so some things might crop up and you think, I didn't see that coming, but I've warned you, okay? So there's lots of energy. So getting down to what we're actually here for, we're going to do a little bit of a new moon sort of shindig. What did you say, Lynn? When you said hi, even waved at you, I'm always, yeah, I know what you're saying, love. If I hear somebody's voice on a phone, I'm like, oh, yeah, even if it's not FaceTime, it's crazy. So yeah, so this little meditation that we're going to do to initially to kick off, it's not really a deep meditation. The first thing we're going to do is just a little visualization to get ourselves grounded and get ourselves, what are you saying, Rose? It's already happened. An email sent in haste. Might have to put one word in that will bite me. Yeah, see, sometimes when all these planets are retrograde, we might say things a little bit too hastily, and suddenly, oh, shit's hit the fan. Okay, so think before you speak. And Roz has just shown us why. So we're going to do a little bit of a visualization, just get us grounded, and then we're going to look at things we want to leave behind, okay? So if you do want to join me in just doing a little quick couple of minutes of grounding, I'm gonna light a little candle and turn my phone around so you can see the candle, because I just feel like you might not all want to look at my face when I'm doing this. I mean, you probably have your eyes closed, but I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of just a couple of minute visualization just to ground us and get our energy in place, okay? So if you want to grab yourself a comfy spot, get comfy, close your eyes. Watch me burn my phone or my hand, who knows, we'll see. Okay then, guys. If you want to just get yourself sat down in a comfortable space, just gently close your eyes. I want you to just take a slow, deep breath in And slowly release. Okay, slow deep breath in. And slowly release. Slow deep breath in again. And release. Now I just want you to visualise how as your leg is sat that there are big, thick brown roots coming out of the soles of your feet. And they are anchoring down into the earth, making way through the ground, through the levels of your house, down deep down into the soil beneath you. And these roots work all the way around the rocks, the crystals, they go right to the core of the earth. And they are grounding you and supporting you tonight on this journey. You feel stable, you feel supported. And I just want you to take awareness to just above your head, where you see a beautiful white light come all the way over your head and down your neck, around your shoulders and down your arms. Travels down your chest, down your torso. Moves around your hips and down your thighs. Around your knees and around your ankles. And you're just surrounded by this beautiful golden light. I want you now just take a deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. Now just slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back into the room. Oh. Okay, so that's just a quick grounding exercise that's really good for kind of anchoring your energies and just kind of getting you focused and sort of get your head back out of the clouds sometimes as well. So it's a great thing to do in the morning when you get up, great thing to do again at night before you go to sleep. So, like I said, with the new moon, it's really good for releasing things that no longer serve you. And by that I mean it can be anything such as procrastination, issues with your ego, low self-confidence, the anxiety, anything like that. And what I want you to do now on the pen and paper that you've got, if you've got one, or you can just think about it, that the physical act of writing is very therapeutic, and there's something I want you to do with this after. So I want you to write down something that you want to release and get rid of. Okay? It could be a person. It could be an attachment to a previous situation. It could be guilt for something. It could be, like I said, anxiety. It could be low mood. And as you write it, I want you to write it in a way as if you're living in the future tense. So, I am free of anxiety. I am confident. I am, so write it in the sense of how you want to feel, okay? And as you're writing it, I want you to really think about what future you looks, feels, and seems like when you've got rid of whatever it is you need to get rid of. So I'm just going to give you a few moments. I suggest it's just one thing, but if you feel like there might be a couple of bits, then write both. It's fine. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a couple of moments to write something that you want to get rid of, basically. Like I said, when you're writing that, how do you feel? How does future you feel, look, seem without this thing in your life that's holding you back? Are you happier? Are you healthier? Are you more focused? Are you more energetic? Are you getting stuff done? You know, we could probably all write a huge list, but really focus on the intention behind it and what difference it could really make to your life. Just give you a couple of moments just to write something, and please let me know in the comments. You don't have to say what it is you've written, just give me a thumbs up or emoji when you've done it, just so I know where we're all at. Okay, guys? So if you all just let me know where you're at. And so what I want you to do now is, if you've got a candle, or I'm going to pop my phone directed at mine, I'm going to do a little bit of what we did last time in the full moon workshop, when we focus on the energy of the candle. Soften your gaze and just look at the candle. And imagine the sensations, the feelings of being that person who hasn't got that issue in their life anymore. Is it you now are focused so you get stuff done? Is it that you actually know you're a good enough person and you are confident about what you do? Is it that you don't get anxious about new situations anymore? You are excited for new things. Just focus on your candle or my candle on the screen and just feel that energy build inside. Just imagine how your face looks. Is it happy? Imagine how confidently you walk, how much focus and concentration you have. Just feel that emotion, feel that energy. Okay, now I want you just to grab a crystal if you've got a crystal with you. You don't need to have a crystal. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little short guided meditation. And this guided meditation is going to take us to a really lovely place. And we're just going to see how our intuition is faring us today. We may receive guidance or support from spirit. We may see, feel or hear certain things. So what I want you to do is just get comfortable again wherever you are. Lie back, sit down, and again I just want you to take a deep breath in and release. Take another deep breath in and release. And a third deep breath in and release. Now I want you to visualize yourself stood on top of a green, lush mountain with hills rolling as far as the eyes can see. This hill or mountain is high, but you feel safe and supported. You are looking out into the clouds, you're so high up. The air is fresh, you feel invigorated. In front of you appears some stone steps. They just hover in front of you. And these stone steps are steps up to your own healing temple. I want you to slowly climb these steps, which take you through the cloud to another world. And in front of you is a stone temple. And this temple can look however you want it to look. You go through the door and you can smell incense and you can see candlelight. And in the centre of this great room is a fountain. And this is a healing fountain. And around this fountain are stone seats for you to sit on. And you sit on the seat and you just gaze at the water. Take notice of how the water looks. Is it flowing fast? Is it slow? Is it a big fountain? Is it small? And whilst you're just in this space now, you may experience spirit come close to you. You may see colours. You may hear voices. You may see people. You may smell certain fragrances. You might see animals. But just for a few minutes, I'm going to leave you in this space. And just listen to whatever spirit brings to you and whatever healing comes to you. You may start to feel a warmth moving around your head and down your body. Just take some deep breaths whilst you're in this space. If spirit is with you, ask if they have a message, or do they even have a gift for you? Spirit Might be an animal, a person. It might not take in any form. And just receive the beautiful divine healing now. Now you stand up from your stone seat. Walk around the fountain, putting your hand in the cool, fresh water. And you know this is a special place you can return to at any time. You slowly walk back to the main door entrance to the temple. And you take your steps down to the cloud. You slowly take your steps down the stone stairs. You take a deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. And a final deep breath in and release. Now slowly, I want you to just bring yourself back to the physical, back into the room. Back to reality. Is that nice? Nice little musical interlude. Okay, so let me know in the comments, or if you want to message me, you can do. Or just drop it in the comments, because it'd be really interesting for everybody else as well, if you're happy to share what you saw, felt, found in that few moments of relaxation. If there's anything specific that stood out to you, and then I shall hopefully try and give you a bit of feedback over the next couple of days on what they may well be in reference to. So if you saw anything specific, let me know. Okay. If you've got some water, take a glug of that. Now, what I want you to do later on today, ideally tonight, is the piece of paper that you've written on. In an ideal world, you'd go outside, you'd fold it all up small or whichever, and you'd throw it into a bonfire or a fire pit. So if you've got one of those, do that with it. If you haven't, then just light it and put it in, you know, a big ceramic something or other, and make sure it burns and disperses safely. If you can't do that or you don't want to do that, that's fine. Chop it up into tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces and spread it in the garden and let Mama Earth do what it wants. Or you can bury it in the garden too and let Mama Earth do what she wants with it and take away the negativity and transmute that to positive energy for you. So whatever you do, don't hang on to that piece of paper that you've written what you want to get rid of, and just get rid of it, literally. Ideally, burning is the ideal way, okay? So let's just say, so Gail said that was wonderful, beings of light gave me healing. Oh, that's fantastic, Gail. And I hope that's probably just what you needed as well. So Roz, you went to some sort of Inca temple. Oh, lovely. Red and gold on the steps. Oh, you're very royal, babe. So red, a lot to do with your base chakra. So a lot of stability, strength and foundations there. Gold, that's that beautiful sort of divine energy. Lots of purple for healing. Lovely. Lynn, very warm. I've seen a face and felt my chest very heavy. Okay, that's great. So you may have recognised the face, Lynn, or you may not have. Chest heaviness may be the fact that there is something you do need to release, something you do need to get rid of. So what I've said about doing writing something you need to get rid of, probably really good practice for you. Denise saw a very bright light, but it was a dark purple colour. Well, purple's really, really great colour for connecting with divination, your divine spirit, spirituality, connecting your sort of crown chakras. That's really, really nice. It's a really healing colour and very royal colour as well. Beautiful temple, purple and green. Oh, I love purple and green together. Lush. So green's obviously, as you know, Vic, all about the heart chakra, so it's bringing in some real deep love for you. And from spirit again, I'd imagine. So, yeah, that's really nice to hear that you've seen things there, guys. So, I had a temple with monks, was given a yin-yang brooch and told balance is the key. Oh my God, Laura, that's really weird. I'm going to message you after. Oh, yes, Laura, loving that. I'm going to message you after because something quite relevant to that I've written today, bizarrely enough. Yes, healing water from the fountain. I'm glad some of you tasted it. So yeah, just know that that's a really good place that you can go back to at any point. You can play this back at any time. It doesn't have to be in a new moon. You can just skip through to where this meditation part is, or if you can remember it, take yourself through it. I quite like to have a guided one. Probably wouldn't like my own voice. But you know that that's a place where you can go for healing and just maybe to reconnect. And it's a very short, sharp one. There are really long, extended ones. But yeah, I hope that's kind of helped some of you today, and I hope you enjoyed this little bit more upbeat energy. So let me know how you found this meditation, workshop, ritual, whatever this is. And thank you all for joining me. And I shall see you all next week for essential oils for self-love and confidence. Okay? So thank you all again. Like I said before, if any of you are interested in the card readings I do one-to-ones virtually and written ones. So if you're interested in those, just message me. And I also do distance Reiki. So if you're interested in some more healing, we talk you through a bit of a guided meditation like we've just done, and then send the divine healing Reiki energy to you as well, if you're interested in those. Or if you just need some support with maybe anxiety, stress, low mood, I do the one-to-one Zoom calls where we can just talk you through some sort of natural and holistic ways to maybe help manage those symptoms. So if there is anything you're interested in, I may be able to help you. I can't guarantee it, but I know I will put all my best efforts in to help and heal you all if I can. Okay? So thank you all for joining me. Bright blessings, love and light to you all, you beautiful, beautiful people, and see you next week. Bye!